Hello, and welcome to the March Pick a Card reading by me, Colleen Pearl, the Cool Crone. Welcome back to my channel. Today, I'm going to be doing 6 different stones, 6 different readings, and you just pick the one that calls out to you. This is going to cover whatever's going to be coming up for you in March 2021, and I hope by doing 6 different readings, I will reach a wider spectrum of people, personalities, sun signs, moon signs, and rising signs. So I hope that you will find a reading that really speaks to you. Now take a moment, even pause the video if you need to, and pick the pile that jumps out at you. I'm using playing cards today because we're doing Egyptian style fortune telling. Timestamps will be listed below, so let's get on with the readings. Here we go with our Angelite people. Okay, I've put down the Queen of Hearts as the significator. She's the card that jumped out of the deck. And this could be a he, a she, a we. It does not matter to me. It's the energy, it's the yin energy that's coming through the cards. Now, for this reading, what we get right off the bat is the 3 cards for the thoughts, and that is somebody who is concerned about a relationship. You're wondering, is your partner going to pop the question? Are you going to end up marrying this person? Is this person really the right person for you? And if you're already attached and you're already married, then you're looking at the viability of staying married. I think for most people, I would not take advice on whether to get divorced or not from a tarot card reader, but you may want to know sort of which way the wind blows. And so in that respect, then this is a good thing to do. Entertainment purposes only, YouTube. Okay. Right above you in the reading is the card for money, and over here in the corner is a card for big money. So you are looking at your own security and whether you have prepared enough for the future and whether you're ready to go the rest of 2021. Are you going to be okay? And I don't see you as a person who is particularly, rabid about money. It's not like money is the be all end all for you, but it's on your mind. You're just thinking about it. Now, personally, there is a female entity or a yin energy person who is dark haired, possibly an earth sign, who you've had a falling out with. And that situation is not going to be rectified anytime soon. It does not look like you guys are able to speak to each other. So I think things are still pretty raw on that front. You do have the King of Clubs over here, and this could be her partner who is trying to facilitate a sit down, a talk through, a discussion. But at this point in the month of March, I don't think it's happening. This person or her partner could also be connected to you through business or through a workplace environment, and that makes it even more awkward for them. Okay, so before I put cards down, what else do I need to look at here? Yeah, and there's another dark-haired woman that is connected to you somehow as a friend or in your community. It could be work-related. I'm not really getting a huge work thing from there. But she is also disturbed by this falling out. So there's some situation that's going on with this woman that is reflecting out into your wider community and making you a little bit worried. So what do? You think about your own relationship. That's where you're going with that. Now, it could be that the resolution to this obstacle, to this difficulty, to this heartache could be resolved. And we're going to put some cards down there to take a look at that. But in general, your business stuff is going okay. So if this is involving co-workers, it is not going to impact the business as far as revenue goes. So let's put some cards first on her, and then let's put some cards on the other woman involved. Let's put some cards on her spouse or her other thoughts, and then let's look at this. Love. This is the business, this is the obstacle, and then we'll save these for you. Okay. So over the King of Clubs, who could be her partner, we have a separation and thoughts and a gift. So he, for some reason, is staying out of the situation. He does not want to be a part of the situation, and I think that bugs her too. So it could be that he has a friendship or some kind of a relationship with you that he does not want disturbed by this misalliance. he does not want to get in the middle of it, in other words, and she wants him to. She wants him to stand up for her or to do something on her behalf. So yeah, I mean, oh boy. So yeah, it is people that you're in the workplace. And I mean, I could see here that the rift is so severe that you have to give her her walking papers, that you have to let her go, because I think you're the one who's in the position, or maybe he is, and that's awful that he would have to let somebody go that somehow he has a very deep relationship with. But she's going to get the notice this month that, you know, she's got to go, that this is going to be no more. Now, does she know this? Is she seeing the writing on the wall? Could be that she's already looking for a place to be, and this is the notice that she gets another position. We could always look at it in this positive light, and then you guys wouldn't have to go through this. And the woman that's also affected here, the Queen of Spades. Ooh, she's affected because it benefits her and it makes her life easier. So was she an instigator? You know, did she bring this up? And maybe that's why this woman is so upset, because somebody literally brought her into this relationship, either tattled on her or went behind her back, sabotaged her in some way, and that's why she's so upset, because it's very unfair. And then we have this here with the obstacle. Oh yeah, you guys are going to work it out. You may work it out after she leaves, but you guys are going to work it out. And then if I were you, I would look back at this dark-haired woman who is going to be the black-haired, white-haired, possibly an older woman, not necessarily, but somebody who is very intellectual, maybe an air sign, somebody who uses their words very craftily, very wisely, and is, conniving in some way, because she connived against this woman and she won. She got her out of the way. So she benefits from her leaving. Ooh, nasty, right? But you and this person, you're going to patch things up, and you're going to continue to be friends. And she's going to get over it. She's going to rise above it and get over it. And she's going to be okay with it. This woman is just going to feel like, yeah, I won. I pushed her out. Yeah, that's what I did. I'm okay with that. Oh, nasty. Okay, so now we have the King of Hearts over a little business here, and over the good relationships. And then we have the King of Spades over the whole organization and his work. And so these people are somewhat removed from this. They're not involved with this level. So you must be in some sort of middle management position where things like this happen all the time, and they're just blissfully unaware of it. But as far as the uppers go, the upper management goes, you're doing a great job, and they think everything that, is running like it should. And in fact, they're doing pretty well, even if in this COVID environment. So that's kind of nice. And then we have these cards for you. Are you still upset about this? Yes, you're still upset, but you're going to be getting over it. You get a lot of support from people around you. And your spouse, your partner, you are going to be fine with that. You're going to be promoting goodwill and good things and everything good with that. And your family in general is going to feel that energy from you. They're going to feel that lovingness, that, bringing into the fold, that kind-heartedness, that positive energy stuff. They're going to feel all that from you, and probably your employees as well. This could be a daughter, this could be a sister, this could be a coworker, but people are going to feel much, much better about things. And, so maybe there was some sort of friction there. Maybe it's just because it was between the Queen of Swords and the Queen of Spades and the Queen of Clubs. Maybe that friction between them is what needed to be removed in order to make everything much more copacetic for everybody else. And that's the reading for you guys. Please leave me a comment below. Let me know how this hit you. The Egyptian cards are much more soap opera-ish in their telling of a tale. But I'm very curious to see how this hit, and if it made the mark for you. Even if it's at the end of March or even in April, and you've seen what went down in March, and you come back and see the reading and be like, well, you know what? That did happen. Please let me know. I'm very, very curious. And I'm glad that you watched the video to the very end. Thank you so much. I've also got a ton more readings and astrological forecasts coming up, so be sure to subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss those. Okay, everybody, this is people who picked the white selenite worry stone. I want to start out by saying that there's a lot of hearts in this reading, so I think that your month of March is going to be very, very happy. Very happy indeed. In fact, I think you might be getting some sort of an announcement from somebody close by, maybe it's even you, about an upcoming like marriage, anniversary, or some sort of big celebration that's going to be sparked off by an announcement in March. Now, whether the celebration takes place in March or not, I don't know. That could be a possibility too. But at least you're going to be hearing about, or you are going to be announcing something very, very happy and momentous that marks a special occasion. You've got love on one side of you and love on the other side of you. So you definitely will be socializing this month and trying to go to parties. I don't know if you live in a part of the world where you can actually go to parties, but you will be doing celebrations. So that could be, driveway cocktails, or it could be, Zoom meetings with the whole clan, or it could be actual in-person meetings, but with a lot of social distancing and masks. So things are going to be very happy and hopeful for you in March, and that's really, really good to see. Now, in your thoughts and what you're really thinking about, you are concerned about business and money right now, but things actually seem to be going very, very good right now. And so your attitude is waiting for the shoe to drop. And I got to tell you, you've got to stop that attitude. Your attitude has to be, aren't I blessed? I am so blessed, and I'm so grateful for the blessings of this beautiful, beautiful arrangement that I find myself in. So really try to kind of change around the way your monkey mind is working, and try very hard to put out much more positive energy, put out much more positive thinking in a lot of ways. I think you'll find that your blood pressure will go down, you will sleep better at night, and honestly, your life will improve because you are putting out those positive messages. So really try to dwell on the positive and not on the negative. That's just a big, big, big plus. Okay, now I'm going to put out some cards on all of these various little points that I just mentioned. So here we go with this and this, and we're going to do some over here and here and here. And then we'll save these for the end. Okay, so you've got the King of Clubs right up above you, and I used the Queen of Clubs as the significator for this reading. Now, this is not necessarily only for women. This could be somebody who has a yin energy and a business mind, somebody who's caring but in the business mode. And the King of Clubs shows up above this card, which means that your partner, or somebody who is much like a partner in your life, it could be a sibling rather than a life partner too, is someone that you're really concerned with about their business, if not your own business, and maybe you are in business with them. So that's the person that you're really concerned about in March. And that could be the person who's bringing the big loving announcement. So this could be the person who's saying, hey, I'm getting married, or we're having an anniversary party, or we're renewing our vows, or my son is graduating, or, whatever that is. He could be the energy that's bringing that forward. And that's really good for you. So let's look at this happiness card. Yep, it's somebody. Oh, and look at this too. It's going to bring people from far away to join in the celebration. And that seems like an actual trip. That seems like an actual physical trip, not just they appear on Zoom for the party and you hold up an iPad. This seems like somebody who's actually physically going to travel for this event. And then let's look over here at the business stuff. And the business stuff looks really good. It looks like business is going along. It may not feel, over the top robust, but it's healthy. I mean, it's got accounts payable, or accounts receivables rather, coming in, and everybody's in a good mood because of that. And let's look for you, for your celebrations. Now, there is going to be somebody who cannot make the celebration for one reason or another. They could be an essential worker and they can't expose themselves to all those people. They could be somebody who, I don't think it's somebody who's sick themselves though. My first impression was somebody who is an essential worker who cannot expose themselves to a lot of people, or they wouldn't be able to go back to their job the next day. So they might have to participate remotely, or they might have to be the one on the iPad that you hold up for everybody to say hello to. But they are going to be talking to everybody at the party. They are going to be a part of it. It's not like they're not going to show up and then not be a part of it. They are definitely going to be engaged in this celebration, and this celebration is really good. So I don't know if the celebration is going to actually happen in March. It could happen in March, but it's definitely going to be announced in March, and everybody's going to be really excited about it. So it could be a wedding. It could be a number of things. Okay, here at the bottom we have a queen, a dark-haired person who has a lot of yin energy, somebody who's very articulate, witty, uses their mind, uses their words a lot. And this person is definitely separated from you, and it could be because of an illness, not a major illness, not like I'm going to die with this illness. So probably not COVID, but for some reason, this person is unable to physically be near you. And so when you communicate with that person, this yin energy, you talk a lot with them, and you talk pretty frequently with them, but you're a little bit concerned for their health. Maybe they're not doing everything that they can to get better. Maybe they don't want to get better. Maybe they're depressed and they just feel like, okay, this is the end for me. What I'm getting as I look at this card is that it is a woman, and it's an older woman who feels like, why bother? So this is a person who really needs to get your love message. This is somebody who really needs to be given tremendous support, tremendous love to help her turn around her thinking, so that she realizes that she is unique, she's special, she's going to be missed if she allows herself to cross over, she's going to be missed by many, many, many people, and it's really going to put a dent in their lives for her to be gone. So she really needs you. She really needs your outpouring of love at this time. Okay, the next cards that we're looking at is this reversed Ace of Spades that is in the corner. And the corners usually represent some sort of a relationship that you're involved with in some way, but not necessarily on a daily basis. And so this set of cards is two people who are going to be giving a message to the King of Hearts. Now, the King of Hearts may be somebody in your family. They may be somebody that you work with. I mean, you already had the Jack of Hearts here with somebody who could not physically be at your celebration, but wanted to be included, and so you included them virtually. And I think that this is the same person. I think these are the thoughts of the person thinking, "Oh no, I won't be able to be there. What am I going to do?" And this is the thoughts, and this is the actual person. So this is an older person who is very successful, happy in life, spreads joy and love wherever they can. And they're having a problem. And I'm guessing that this is probably with one of his children, that he's been given some news by one of his children that he's not tremendously pleased with, but he'll come around. And I've been getting these messages through these readings all day today, that this is the old school thinking versus the new way of thinking about things. That the King of Hearts, even though he is a King of Hearts and a very loving individual, is an older individual. And this is a person who has a certain set of rules in their life. He would call them morals, and you would call them rules that maybe have outlived their usefulness in his life, and that he needs to let go of because it's causing him distress with this other person. I'm guessing that she is announcing some sort of lifestyle choice to him that he really doesn't approve of. And so, he's rejecting it. He's rejecting her or them or whatever. And that's going to cause a rift in the family, because people can so clearly see that it would not hurt him at all to just accept this situation and embrace this person's choices. But for some reason, for a while, he's gonna not accept them. I think in the end he will accept them. And you know what? That could even be why he's not coming to this celebration, or why he's not going to physically show up. This could be him sort of boycotting, and yet he's going to be there in some way. So, right there, isn't that a little hypocritical? I mean, if you could really be there, why wouldn't you be there? Why would you pass up on that? And then we have here in this corner, we have the Jack of Diamonds over the 2 of Diamonds, and we've got the 3 of Diamonds and the 10 of Clubs. Now, this means that somebody is possibly changing their career path. They could be changing just actual jobs, but I think it's more important than that. It's more deep than that. It's that they are changing their career path and they are changing what it is that they want to do in the world. And I think it's because they've developed a very strong belief that they need to go where they are most needed. So this is a person who's making a career choice that is just a whole lot more altruistic than you ever thought that they would be capable of. So maybe they're going from being like, a grocery store clerk to being, not that a grocery store clerk isn't needed, but this is somebody who is now maybe going to become an activist or become an advocate or, in some way serve the greater good at a much higher level. This is a person who is making a choice for their life, who is, just, really, really making a huge change. Now, this could be the thoughts of this king, this person who really wants to be there coming from a distance. And so he's making the effort to actually be there, in contrast to the King of Hearts, who is not going to be there because of some jankety decision that he made about one of his kids. So let's look at the cards here, and no judgment there. You know that I'm saying this very tongue-in-cheek. I'm sure that these are all very lovely people in your family, but all of us have people in our family who have beliefs that we don't always agree with 100%. That's just the nature. This is why we came here, is to learn about this stuff in our families. It's the best way for us to learn and progress spiritually. Okay, and then here's the three cards on top for you. Oh my gosh, are you going to have people in your house? So you are going to have so many people coming to visit you. Possibly, maybe it's this celebration. Maybe you are actually hosting the celebration, and that's just going to be fantastic. And you're going to be very happy to see these people. And I hope it's safe. I hope that you can do this with safety and love. I know this is about a family who is reuniting. This is about a family who is trying to make things wonderful for their other family members. And so that's your reading. Please make sure to leave me comments below. Let me know how this hit. Let me know if this was accurate for you, or if some things were just so crazy off the mark, you're never going to watch me again. And give me another chance. But I think that this is what's going on for the people who picked the white selenite stone. And so that is your reading. I've also got a ton more readings and astrological forecasts coming up. So be sure to subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss those. Okay, this is the reading for the people who picked the honey calcite heart. FYI, honey calcite is usually the ruler of air. So you may be an air sign, you may not. Whatever you are, this reading is for you. I picked a Queen of Diamonds for this reading. That doesn't necessarily mean it's only for women. It could be for anybody who has that yin energy that has to do with running things, managing things, making decisions, making people do what they need them to do. So the first thing I want to do is just take a good look at the overall arc of all the messages of the cards. And first thing that jumps out at me is in your thought cards, you're worried about being worried. There is a gentleman that shows up in your thoughts, the King of Clubs, and you're worried about being worried. You're worried about your thoughts now, or you're worried about his thoughts now. So perhaps you're worried about him being worried as well, or you have a situation that you don't even want to talk to him about because he might be worried. So I'm here to tell you that the cure to worry is love. What you need to do is spend a little energy just putting out love and being the love generator. And that way, perhaps this person will calm down. But more importantly, you will calm down too, because you're not doing anybody any good by worrying. That doesn't solve anything. But actually doing something active like sending out love makes you a servant of the community, makes you, gives you a purpose, which is to generate love. And by that, you're going to start feeling better. Also, with the yin energy that you're putting out, you're coming across as the mother energy, and everybody goes to mother for love. Everybody wants that, including you. So start with loving yourself and then putting out loving energy for everybody around you. And speaking of everybody around you, there are a lot of people around you. So I'm thinking that you truly are a kind of a mother energy. You truly are maybe a head of a family, a matriarch type of person who really keeps things together and keeps everybody in line and keeps track of everybody. So you're the person that everybody calls daily to check in, or maybe weekly to check in. You're the person who everyone measures their decisions by. Would mom say this is a good decision? And if they can say yes to that question, then they go ahead with whatever action that they're intending to take. Things look fairly calm with the family or the group that you're really ahead of. You do have some questions and some managing having to do with travel, short distance travel and longer term travel. And there are both two aces over here on this side for the travel. So I'm guessing that a lot of people are asking you, should I take a trip here? Should I take a trip there? You yourself may be thinking about travel, and you just don't quite know what it is that you're supposed to do in this age of COVID. You may be in a place where it's fine to travel, but you may be traveling to somewhere where it's not. So I want you to just be aware of the guidelines for the other places where you may be traveling, or if you're going by, say, car or even bus, where you're going to be stopping in along the way. Think about the places that you're traveling through in order to get to your destination. There could be guidelines or rules there about people coming to visit that makes it just prohibitive to do the travel. Then again, it may be fine. If you're flying and you're not stopping anywhere else and you're going from A to B and there's no restrictions about, quarantine or anything like that, then you may be just fine. And the people around you are looking to you for answers about this. So I think you got to bone up on, what's the current travel restrictions that are going on around the United States. All right. So we also have here the person. Now, I'm getting that this isn't your spouse. I'm getting that this is possibly a son figure, that you are looking at your son and wondering what's up with his love life. That's what I'm really, really getting from this. And I'm guessing that he has a love interest that he hasn't really come out and talked about really formally, but he wants to. He really wants to. I know that you're probably fairly intuitive when it comes to this person, and you probably already know what's going on in their life, and that you can see that they are falling in love or they are in love with somebody, and that's really beautiful. But let's put a few cards on it and let's see what's going on. I think this is the person that they're involved with. So this is a yang energy. This is a yin energy. So these people are coming together, and there's love here and there's love here. So I'm guessing that's really good. These two people may not live in a very near location, because one of the travel cards is really next to them too. So they may be doing a lot of online connecting, which is hard. What I've been telling a lot of people in the other readings is that when Zoom meetings get to be too much, pick up the phone and call. It's a little more personal because it's usually just one-on-one. I know you can do conference calls, but most people in just everyday life don't do conference calls usually, unless they're doing a video call, right? And then it's a conference call. But if you're just doing a one-on-one call, it's much more intimate. It's just you and one other person. And I think people get a lot of emotional support from that. So I think that's a really good thing for people to be thinking about right now. And let's look at this. This is really your thoughts about what's going on at home and how you're managing your little family. And it may not be a little family. It may be a big family. And let's look at these aces, and we'll leave these for the very end. Okay, so let's look at your thoughts. Oh, your thoughts are glorious. You're just wanting success and prosperity and health and abundance for your whole family. And basically that is going to be coming true. Possibly not completely in the month of March, but you're going to be seeing the beginnings of everyone around you doing really, really well, which is really going to do your heart good and allow you to cease the worry about your own worries. If you, like I said, if you can be radiating love and also confidence about the future, optimism and hopefulness, and just putting out really, really healthy, positive things, then the people around you will be picking up on that as well. And that in itself is going to make you feel just amazing. Now, over this Queen of Hearts, which could also be somebody that's related to you, but It could be another branch of your family that you're talking about. And this Queen of Hearts is, she's a very chatty person. You are in her thoughts constantly. This could be a sister or just another female energy, a yin energy, that is just somebody that really, really looks forward to talking to you every day, really, really looks forward to getting your opinion on things and sharing hers with you. Um, so this is somebody that you're actually really, really close to. Um, and she's doing great too. And I bet she would tell you the same thing that I am, that, you know, honey, you are the one everybody comes to for the A-OK. So if you are not putting out positive vibes, we're in trouble. That's her message, I think, to you. And then next to you on the King of Hearts, which is also somebody who's very close to the Queen of Hearts, we get more people cards and we get more success. We get money with them, which is just a way of the cards telling me that things are okay with them. They're prosperous, they're healthy, they're enjoying their life, and they're enjoying you. And they're enjoying their relationship with you. So this is just a really, really nice cluster of the family that is doing really well. Let's look at Junior's love life. Junior's love life is fantastic. This relationship is really going to go places. Eventually, it could be as serious as marriage. But the woman, if this is actually a male, and if this is actually a female, and if they are embarking on a heterosexual relationship, then they probably will end up getting married, but it could be even years down the road. Yeah, one of the reasons that it's going to be years down the road is that this person has just gone through a difficult breakup with another person, and so she needs time to heal. And this may be why he's not bringing her into the picture. This may be why he's taking his time. He has earmarked or eyeballed her as the one for himself. And I'm just referring to him just to make it easier to express what the energies are telling me. But again, this could be a female, this could be a them, this could be, somebody who just has some yang energy to them, and they're expressing it through the interest of someone that they feel romantically inclined towards. And the person they feel romantically inclined towards comes off with a great deal of yin energy. And it's interesting that in this deck, this Queen of Clubs is coming out as cats. So if this is a dark-haired woman or even a black-haired woman who has cats, then that's your girl or your yin energy. And again, this poor person has just come off of a relationship that it's very painful for them. So they are not ready to declare their love for anybody else. But I do think down the road that they will have a successful and ultimately they will join in matrimony. All right, so let's look at the ace here. Oh, this is beautiful. This person that is at a distance to you is managing a couple of businesses, and they're thriving. They're doing really, 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 really well, and they want to tell you about it, but they're so darn busy they probably can't even pick up the phone. You probably will have to pick up a phone. This is a dark-haired man or a white-haired man who is in business, who probably owns multiple businesses, and he's highly successful, but oh so busy, and you're probably worried about him too. So pick up the phone and talk to him. Oh my gosh, you're thinking about having a big party. Now this could be a party like a anniversary party or a graduation party or a retirement party, something big, some big milestone for somebody's life, and you are managing it. And maybe that's why you're talking to everybody all the time, because you're trying to reconnect with old friends of this person, or maybe family members that you've kind of let go in the last 11 months, and now you're trying to reconnect with everybody, and it's just going to be really, really fun. You probably are going to pull your hair out over all of the planning, and you may feel like you aged 10 years after doing the whole darn thing, but people will be very grateful. And the person that you're doing the event for is going to be so, so grateful. And of course, they're going to send so much love to you. So that's the reading for the people with the honey calcite. I hope you really enjoyed it. I hope it hit the mark on a lot of counts. And I want to tell you that you need to leave me a comment and tell me about this party. I definitely want to know what's going on with that and how all of these things are going, and this person's relationship, and this person, let's just leave her alone. Let's not bother her for a while. But all of these people that we talked about in this reading, I really want to hear what you have to say about that. So thank you so much for watching. I've also got a ton more readings and astrological forecasts coming up, so be sure to subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss those. This is the reading for the people who picked this orange selenite heart. For your reading, you do start out with a card for separation right above you. And I'm using the King of Clubs. This is a yang energy for the person for this reading. But this could be man, woman, or whatever you are. So we do have some separation there, and I think it applies to business and possibly even the organization that you're a part of. Right now, there's something preventing you from being there, and whether that is that working from home, or you needed to travel to the home office, or for some reason you're not able to be connecting with people in your work, and this is possibly causing an issue, or maybe you're having to rely on somebody under you, somebody that you supervise, in order to help you relaying messages to the people at your work. And that's what's happening right now. And this is at the very beginning of March. You also have a distinct, you're missing someone. You're missing, and this is a female energy. This is somebody who's very yin, but they're very also a secretive person, maybe a dark-haired person, possibly a air sign, someone who you're missing their input. And that's why this is just not sufficient, working with this person who relates to you, who answers to you, is a direct report to you. It's just not sufficient having them give messages out to everybody, because what you really need is this person over here who really is very, very skilled, highly skilled, very good at communicating. And that's the person that you really need. And yet that person is not disconnected actually from you. It's that you are disconnected from the organization in some way. Now, I don't see illness here, so I don't want anyone to think that it's because you're in the hospital due to COVID or some other major health related issue. It is just that for some reason, there is a reason that you're not able to be there. All right, let's not dwell on that. Let's get on with other stuff. So the organization that you are connected with is actually doing fine. They have contracts, they have business, they're bringing in money. It's nothing like that. So let's take a look at this woman. Let's take a look at the business itself. Let's take a look at the reasons for this separation, and the King of Spades up here, who may be related to the Queen of Spades here. I'm not quite sure. They could also just be another very highly skilled person in your organization. Let's take a look at this person and see what is really going on here with this. And this will have to do with money at a distance. So I'm thinking that this could be your accounts receivable just not having the flow that you would like them to have in your business. Boy, these readings are really turning into money and career. And I was supposed to be doing money and career with tarot cards for each sign, but these readings also are really focusing on that. I guess it's just something that people are really, really focused on right now. Okay, so the Queen of Spades really has her hands tied up with a personal matter. She is involved with another queen, the Queen of Hearts, and this is a very happy relationship. This could be a daughter, this could be a lover, this could be a life partner, this could be a mother that they are involved with, and they're having to maybe work with her at her home. So maybe she is only separated from the organization because of this relationship, but she is nonetheless, she is still working. And then let's look at this on top here. Oh yeah, and the King of Spades too. He also looks like he also has some family ties, family obligations that he's having to take care of. And it is not really detracting from his work. It's just that you want people to be live and in person. So you're feeling like you're not getting what you need from people just because you're not seeing their faces. So let's look at the Jack of Clubs here, who is somebody who's oh boy, all the jacks show up here. Okay, so you have a problem with working from home and social distancing. So I would say, first off, no offense, but just get over it. I mean, this is the world now. This is the way things are going to be. So if you can't master the, Zoom meetings or phone calls or something, then you are just going to be frustrated from here on out, because people have figured out that they can work remotely. A lot of people, not everybody, but a lot of jobs, people can work remotely. And so they're going to do it because it improves their quality of life. You, for some reason, are feeling like it's an issue. I'm not saying you're an ogre. I'm not saying that you're totally saying you can't work from home unless you're dying or it's a snow day or something. No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that you're having trouble really embracing it and really seeing it as a business model for the future. Remember, the more you let people work from home, the less real estate you have to rent to house them with a brick and mortar location. So keep that in mind. And that cuts down on a lot of other overhead too. Utility bills, supplies, equipment for the office, other personnel to run that equipment. Okay. So, I mean, there are a lot of benefits to having people work from home. I mean, at some point, we probably will have to offer people stipends to reimburse them for all the paper, the copiers, the printing, the notebooks, the computers, the wires, the lights, all that stuff. We probably should be reimbursing our home workers for all of those things now, and we probably won't until somebody really starts to get angry about it. But you have all of your subordinates here who are really, really trying to make it work. And I'm telling you, you just got to let go. It's just, that's the way things are going to be. There is nothing wrong. There is nothing wrong in your world with your business. It's just the way all businesses are having to conduct themselves now. So let's look up here. This has to do with cash flow. And cash flow is actually pretty good. The first week of March, I think you're going to see a bump up in your revenue. So I don't think things are going to be really, really horrible for you at all in March. I think it's going to be pretty darn good. So, this goes along with just let it go and just accept that this is the way things are going to be. And then let's look here for the actual business itself. Yeah, this is you and maybe your partner, could be your life partner, your spouse, but it also could be a partner in the business. You really have to just accept that these are the way things are. And it even when you do accept it, you may put out like a whole firm-wide announcement about it or something. You're still going to be feeling a little pain about it. And I'm telling you, this is wasted energy. It's a waste to be worried about these things because it's not hurting you. The whole letting people work remote and the way COVID has changed our workplace so dramatically, it's not a bad thing. It's actually a really, really good thing. So get over it. Okay, let's move on. Okay, so right now, what's happening in the very beginning of March? Look at that, big money. Just let it go. Yeah, you're going to let it go. You're going to let it go. And that whole big obstacle that you had to changing your business model is going to let up in March. The month of March, you're going to feel much more positive about this whole thing. And in fact, you may be coming up with a few ideas of your own about how you can make this working remotely and social distancing an actual part of your business plan and how you can enhance it so that your employees really benefit from it. And then this is for you. Oh, lovely. You're going to get back in touch with an old friend that you haven't seen in a long time. And that's going to make you feel good too and really lift your spirits. So I'm telling you, people who chose the orange calcite, or orange, I keep saying calcite, it's selenite, orange selenite. It's a green calcite. It's an orange selenite. And you guys are really, you're going to be rocking this social media thing before you know it. It may feel to you like it's something you cannot embrace, but I'm telling you, you absolutely can and you should. And blessings to you, lots of love and light to you so that you can embrace this stuff and come out on top, because it looks like you're going to. Kicking and screaming maybe, but you are going to. Okay, so for my orange selenite people, that is your reading. It looks like a challenging month for you just because of your own head. So please, please try to get out of your own head. Please leave me a comment below and tell me what you think of this reading. Tell me what pieces of it really hit for you. And even if it's way after March and you're looking back on this and saying, oh, that reading really was great for me, go ahead and leave a comment then too. I keep on top of all the comments no matter when you place them. And I hope you're subscribed because you should be hearing these messages. All right, that's it. I've also got a ton more readings and astrological forecasts coming up, so be sure to subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss those. Okay, here's the reading for those of you who picked the Smokey Quartz. All right. In the middle, I have put down a queen, but this reading can be for male or female. If you are male, then you are a male that has a lot of yin energy. And if you are whatever, male, female, or any, You are a person who is pretty social and pretty gregarious. Your friends mean a lot to you. Your family means a lot to you. So let's get into the reading. So I see that during during the preceding month for February, you had some worries about losing your home. And you may have even had some friends who lost their home or who have the threat of losing their home looming over them. I want you to really work on releasing that worry. I really want you to practice being in the now. It's not happening now. Yes, things are tough. Things are tough for a lot of people right now, but there is hope and you will not be out on the street. That is definitely what I see from this reading, that you will survive, you will thrive, you will come back from the brink. And you may not even be on the brink. You may just be worried about being on the brink. That's what I'm really getting. Now, people who are represented by a heart, that's like the cups in tarot. These are emotional people. These are people who pay attention to their emotions or let their emotions rule them. And so, of course, emotionally, you're looking at everybody who's sick with COVID, who maybe has lost loved ones to COVID, who are losing their jobs, losing their houses, losing their livelihoods, worried about their kids, worried about food. There is so much to worry about right now. However, worry does not help you in this situation. What will help all of us is to be more loving. And I know that just sounds crazy when people are feeling like they don't have enough to eat, but you have to do it. You have to spread love. You have to be the love generator in your family, in your community, in your workplace. You have to continually put out positive energy. And you're oh, sorry, I hit the camera. So you are an emotional person. So you are a great person to put out lots of love. So practice that. You'll feel better. You'll feel like you're helping people. And believe me, if you're an emotional person, being of service to your wider community really, really helps put those emotions to use. All right, so let's look at some other stuff in the reading. So definitely you're not losing your house. Your next door neighbors are not losing their house. Your best friend is not losing her house. Your sister, your brother-in-law, whoever, they're not losing their house. It's just not happening. So let's put some cards out and see what is going to happen. So we have an ace here with the 2 of hearts. And this is for your friends. Oh, this is so nice. So you have friends that want to cheer you up so much that they're actually going to throw you a party. Now, it very well could be a virtual party. Could be that you have a birthday coming up in March. Are you a Pisces or are you a late March Aries person? But your friends love you so much and they want you to stop worrying so much that they're going to throw you a party of some kind, or at least invite you to a party for some of you. And this is really going to cheer you up, and it's really going to just lighten the mood and make you feel a lot more human again. I mean, let's face it, we've had 11 months of really social distancing, and it's difficult. It's really difficult. Now, the money card shows up on top of you next to your house, which is why I know you're not going to lose your house. You may be choosing to move for some other reason, but you're not being evicted. You're not having your mortgage called, nothing like that. And actually, you've got some success where it comes to business coming on. So if you've been looking for a job, or if you wanted to keep your job, you definitely are. If you're looking to change jobs, definitely a possibility for you, because things are looking very positive in the job arena. So let's look at this worry card and why this is so prevalent for you. Well, you are going to be getting some news, probably the second week in March. You'll be getting some news that tells you good stuff. And it might be very serious stuff. It might be something about it might be something that affects your family in some way. It could be something to do with taxes, but I'm not really getting taxes 100%. Could be something to do with the accounting with your business, but it's not bad news is my point. And so when you get that, and it's actually going to be probably in the mail. So when you see that envelope, I know this just happened to me. I got something from the IRS and I panicked. I was like, oh my God, what did I do? Did I screw up my taxes last year? Am I being audited? I went through this whole bunch of, horrible thoughts before I opened the envelope. It was just from the IRS telling me that for my business account, I had earned something like $6 in interest on the government for last year. I'm like, I didn't even know that I earned interest on my business account. So it was like, Cool. That's great. And maybe I earned it not from the IRS. Maybe I earned it from my bank, but it was just the reporting and that I have to claim it on my taxes. And I'm like, $6.33. Yeah, I can claim that. Anyway, you've got such love around you and you've got so many loving people around you. I just think March is going to be a great month for you. What's this saying for right now? Oh, yeah, for right now. You're talking to your friends. You're talking about stuff. You're talking about future trips that you want to take. And maybe you're even planning them. As long as we're past the Mercury retrograde period, which had ended on February 20th anyway, you're going to be fine with that. And the talking is buoying you up. It's lifting your spirits. It's giving you good energy. So that's just fantastic. Now let's look at the people around the edges here, the people who are separated from you and feel really, really separated from you. One thing that you need to do, let me make sure this is, this is upside down. There is an obstacle to you being closer to loved ones, certain loved ones that you've been separated from. Maybe they live in another state, or maybe you just haven't been able to work out the Zoom meetings, or maybe Zoom meetings are just not cutting it, or maybe you just cannot actually physically travel to where they are, nor they to you. This is a temporary situation, and this is going to be resolved. Perhaps not in the month of March. It could be more like April or even May before you actually physically get to be face-to-face. So you do have to put up with the Zoom meetings. But I would say also, if you're a more old school feeling person about the way that we social distance, pick up the phone and call. Sometimes phone calls are even more comforting and reassuring because usually you do a phone call just one-on-one. Some of these Zoom meetings turn into like, events where there's like 60 people on there, and it can leave you feeling a little cold, a little left out. Try doing a one-on-one phone call. That may make you feel much more connected to your loved ones. And then let's go over here with this. This is beautiful. There is a man in your life whose business is going to get a big shot in the arm, a big boost. Maybe it's something from the government that he's going to be getting, but somehow his business is going to be improving monetarily, and that's going to give him some relaxation. That's going to allow him to drop his anxiety. So if you were worried for this King of Diamonds person, this is somebody who's really good with money, but maybe lately they've been a little anxious about it, then you're going to find that they're doing just great. And then let's put on a few cards for you. Lovely. Love, love, love these cards for you. Okay, again, it's mentioning that if you do want to change your jobs, if you want to make things happen, up here we have 2 and 3, up here we have 3 and 2. So I'm figuring that March is the time. So the first week in March and the second week in March for you are going to be very important when it comes to either changing your jobs, improving your jobs, changing something about your jobs, or actually getting a new job. So even if you are worried about being laid off, don't. You're going someplace else. Just get on the horn, get yourself on Indeed or whatever, get your resume listed, and get yourself a new gig. Sounds like things are going great. And not for nothing, but this King of Diamonds guy is probably hiring because he's doing so well. Okay, so that is the reading for the people with the Smokey Quartz. Wow, what a great month you're going to have. That's fantastic. Please leave me a comment down below. Let me know how this reading hit you. I'm guessing that we hit a lot of really good points for you guys. So I'm hoping that I'm going to see some fantastic comments down below after this video is released. I've also got a ton more readings and astrological forecasts coming up, so be sure to subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss those. All right, the green calcite, here's your reading for March. So we start out, this is representing you in the center, and it doesn't matter if you are male or female or whatever, you are represented by the King of Diamonds, which means that you are in control this month of your finances, of your health, of things that really matter to you. Diamonds in the playing card suits are really related to Pentacles. So you are the person in charge of health and money. Right above you, you've got the Ace of Clubs reversed, which means that there's business coming to you that has been delayed. Now, we will have been out of a Mercury retrograde for just a couple of weeks, or just a little over a week when March starts. So you probably had a Mercury retrograde delay to whatever business it was that you were trying to make happen in February. No surprises. So now this business probably is going to start up, but some of these delays could have caused problems with other people's schedules. And that's why things are going to be a little tricky for you at the beginning of the month. Now, in general, things look really good for you in the month. There's all nice cards around you, and you've really got some enjoyment here. Maybe you're getting out more. Maybe you're able to connect with people more, and that's making you very happy and letting off some steam. You're also going to be getting, like I said, this business thing is coming back. So you're going to be getting notified early on in the month that things are a go, that things are happening. Now, if you are thinking of buying a house or moving, that is also going to be in the mix. And that is also going to be barreling forward as the month of March begins. You're happy, you're secure, you're sleeping well, you're feeling blessed, you're feeling like things are really going your way. And this looks like your business partner here. Your business partner is a generous person, a person you trust, a person that you've known probably for a long time, and things are going really well with your partner. And so if they had any conflicts with this delay that happened in the month of February, they're going to be all roses. They're going to be like, you know what? All is, if there is anything to forgive, it's forgiven. But really, I'm just really happy to be doing this business thing with you. This person, it could be a man, it could be a woman, it could be whatever. This person is really, really excited about being in business with you. So I would say if these are not both men, that they're just people who have very yang energy, very going forward energy, very moving along and not looking back energy. We've also got the Ace of Hearts here, and it is reversed. So there may be, just a little tinge of regret or disappointment. And this is probably due to the delays that happened from February. So the money thing looks good. Everybody looks great. But there is this little bit of disappointment having to do with the whole situation with the business. In your thoughts, you've got a female energy here who is probably an earth sign. And she may be a spouse. Actually, she's coming up as a spouse. So it's not necessarily female. It could just be somebody who has a lot of yin energy, and you're wanting to talk to them, but you maybe don't know how, or for some reason there's a blockage to actually doing the discussion, to having the conversation. And I think now that Mercury is no longer retrograde and the planets are a little more conducive, I think now those conversations can take place. So let's get a little clarification on some of these things. What's going on with the business? What's going on with the house? What's going on with the partner? What's going on with the heartache here? And then we'll put on some more cards. Okay, so first things first, these cards are very slick. They're plastic coated cards and they just slide all over the place. They'd be great for doing like a whole fan, but they're just so slick. They fly all over the place. Okay, another ace and the card for things at a distance. Actually, both cards for things at a distance. Now, if the business deal requires that you travel, then travel is now a go immediately, right now, because this is the card for right now. So if you've got multiple trips that are coming up on the horizon, and if they were delayed and that caused your business disruption, then all those obstacles are removed and things are definitely going to be moving forward. If this is you just being able to connect to people virtually and not actually travel to where they are, also things, blockages are removed and you are moving forward with all of that in your business dealings. Now let's look at your partner and what was happening with them. Yeah, they actually had to take a step back. They actually had a reason that they could not be involved in the business in the month of February, and it may not have been due to just Mercury retrograde. They could have been sick. They could have had another business interest that was conflicting with your business interest. They could have had a family situation where they really had to step back, and so they couldn't come forward in February and really join you in what's going on, which would explain why they're so overjoyed to finally be doing it now. And then we have here down the little disappointment. Oh my goodness, because this impacted a lot of people. This delay really impacted a lot of people, but it seems like it wasn't so serious, like it wasn't the worst. nobody died. In other words, nobody lost their home. Nobody was out in the cold because of this, but it did have an impact on people who were close to them that they cared about. But it seems like things are moving forward now, so that's going to be really good. And then we have over here with the house, oh, somebody does not want you to get that house. So if you were in a bidding war for that house, then you won that war. You came out on top. And so you're going to be the happy one when it comes to that new property. Now, if you're not actually buying a house and this has to do with your current home, then I would say that whatever kinds of modifications you're trying to do, which probably Mercury retrograde would have been a great time to do some modifications on your house. And so if you were trying to do some modifications on your house and they were delayed, it could be that you have to change the workers or the designer or something about it had to change. And that's why the Mercury retrograde got thrown in there. It was actually for your benefit, for your highest good. Now let's look here at sleeping at night in the home. Yeah. And having this new home, you are getting a new home or you're moving in the future, because having this new home is really good for your business. It's really, really good for your business. And maybe it's closer to where the business is happening. Maybe it has more room for you to work out of your home. That's very often when I get both forced together. It's somebody who works out of their home. So maybe you just in general need more space to be able to work out of your home. And so that's going to happen with the new space. And then let's look at this letter that's coming up. Oh, lovely. So this is another business opportunity that's coming to you that is very, very advantageous and prosperous. And you should be getting that letter by March 7th at the latest. It literally says March 7th in the cards to me. So I'm very excited for you for that. And then the final cards on this are beautiful. This business venture for you. And I'm doing another video that's all about career and money for each of the signs. This reading isn't even supposed to be about career and money, but boy, is it about career and money for you, people who picked the green calcite. Just fantastic. And you are going to be sitting pretty, man. You are going to be sitting on top of the world, making business choices, making changes, making decisions, and just feeling like it is happening. So congratulations to you. That's really fantastic. That was a great reading. Be sure to leave me a comment down below. I want to know what's happening with this business because it looks like it's just going gangbusters in March. So I'm really, really jazzed about doing this new layout. This is a shorter layout, so I can do more readings within one video. I'm really, really happy that your business is going really well. But you could do me a solid if you give me a thumbs up, if you leave me a comment, if you like, share, subscribe. Make sure that you subscribe because I want you to come back after the end of March and I want you to tell me how things are working out for you in this business. And also you should be tuning into those tarot scopes that are having to do with each sign because there's going to be even more information for you about your business. Okay, thank you so much for watching. Be sure to leave a comment down below. And just so you know, we have some really exciting stuff coming up in the next few months. I'm releasing some coaching session offerings and some courses. And of course, there'll be a ton more card readings, both fortune telling and tarot card readings, as well as astrological readings for everyone. Be sure you subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss any of these exciting offerings. Thank you for watching.